Blocked. It was blocked, y'all. Oh, my God. Who got the ball? Did they fuck it up? Did we not get it? Oh, God. Oh. I hate this team. Oh, fuck. You got to be shitting me. Well, good evening, good people. You know, Mark Holmes here as always. I appreciate you guys. I love it. Mike Dunn, focus on your bum-ass team, Mark. Fly, Eagles, fly. You know what? Why aren't you focusing on your bum-ass team? You're over here on my channel worried about what I'm doing. So, Mike Dunn. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Kiss my high yellow ass. Okay? Kiss it. Kiss my ass, okay? I was invited to be on the Dan Selio show on a weekly basis, jackass. And if you don't like it, well, kiss my ass. Damn. You mother humpers, man. I tell you what. Y'all get on my last damn nerve. Anyway, I'm actually here getting ready for this stream. And then, of course, tonight we've got our live stream. And tomorrow we're actually having a reception here. Oh, boy. Our first reception that we're having at the Red Brick House. We've got the city's mayor coming and some of the council members and people from the Historic Society and the commission and stuff like that. So, of course, I am knee-deep in touching up everything so that my wife will be happy and so on. And now I got to do the Dan Selio show. So let me go ahead and see what the hell they're talking about over here. This is painful right now because it's like it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter. I mean, this season sucks so bad. The Birds thinks Jalen will take them to the promised land. Well, they got their own problems too. So, you know, if they don't win the Super Bowl, I'm going to talk shit about them. I'm going to talk shit about them. Especially you, Mike. You, Mike. Okay. It's 4:24. I'm going to enter the studio so I can listen in.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. P.I. says, for Krause's coach, look at that, man. So it's for the Jacob Palooza where we're giving away everything. We're going to do a super chat match where we match every dollar, and every super chat dollar will be for the Krause's coach. So if we get $500, we'll match it. If we get $1,000, I'll match it. If we get $5,000, we're going to match it, and we're going to donate all those coats to Krause's coach. So awesome stuff. Appreciate that, PI.
Congratulations, guys. They're not holidays.
This team isn't playing well at home. You think this team that from the front office to the 53rd have a hangover from last year's 49ers game? Seems like they're playing not to lose. I don't see that, PI.
Nothing to do with anything.
I don't see that.
It's just not. What's happened is that Barkley's changed the narrative right now.
And Kellen Moore sucks.
And they were going with what's going to give them the best opportunity to win, and that's run the ball. Dude, like I said, and by the way, Mark Holmes was dead on about Moore.
They admit
Don't forget, Mark's coming up here with Philly.500.
Oh, shit.
He said that Kellen Moore would not improve the passing game. And he said that. And they're 31st. Like you said, Xander. He was right.
Joe High checked in. Appreciate it, PI. Appreciate it, Joe High. How can you compare this year to last year when Hurts wasn't setting protections and reading the defense? Dan is right. Which
They
additional
admitted I was
responsibility
right about. Okay, so
Hurts is
that.
not good enough. This makes Moore a good coach to realize this. Well, he's watched the demise of the passing game from 14 to 31st overall. If that's how you quantify, listen, I'm not saying it's not on Hurts too, but Kellen Moore has done absolutely shit.
Well, let me say this. Somebody brought this up earlier. Do you think the adding of pass protections for him, having to pick that up, has also stunted his growth a little bit? I mean, it's more responsibility for him. He's still taking sacks. People go like this. Well, he's doing better against the blitz. Well, he's 5th in sacks.
His sack rate's through the roof too, by the way, because all the other guys who have a lot more sacks than him are dropping back way more than he is. So it's a big problem. The sacks. Selio has been right about that for weeks. On the Kellen argument, players are open. I love Jalen, but his pocket presence and looking downfield needs to improve. Yeah, he sucks at it. He's literally awful at it. It's almost hard to watch at times, Matt Bird. It's uncomfortable to watch him in the pocket at times. It really is. Joshua Manning says, Sills, do you think if Hurts had this year's defense last year that maybe he wouldn't have pressed so hard, which led to so many turnovers? I think he'd have confidence to pull the trigger.
Okay,
I agree.
There's something to that.
That's why it's really hard to compare last year's team.
Joshua, what you're getting now is what's saving the Eagles right now is you're getting a ton of 3 and outs over there on that defensive side of the ball. So when they are stagnant in the first quarter, you're seeing a football team that's able to rally themselves, get the running game going. But again, when you get playing into these winter months and you get better teams that you're going to get into playoffs, you're not going to be afforded the opportunity to have a shit first quarter. What's that number you gave me, Xander? They've only scored 17 points in the first quarter all season long. That's not going to be good enough.
Think about that for a second. That's 13 quarters of football. That's 3 games and a quarter of football in the first quarter, and we've had 17 points.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. Ooh. Kellen Moore, he's dialing up the game plan, baby. Woo!
Okay, at least I got something.
Hey, Kellen Moore's dialing up the game plan of what cards he's been given.
If I'm Mark Holmes right now and my Cowboys have been all but eliminated from playoff contention, I am taking victory laps that the Philadelphia Eagles decided to hire Kellen fucking Moore, who has diminished our passing game completely.
I told you.
Nice. Thank you, Kellen. Anthony Wilson says, Sills, you criticized the guy about the blitz. You trashed him about the turnovers. He improved both of those. He needs more yards, but let it play out. Yeah, but they took it all off his plate, Anthony.
From a guy who was throwing the ball 30 times last year, you're now throwing the ball 14 times. You tell me what you think. I mean, there was a great Sal Palantonio stat. By the way, we're going to get to Battle Royale here at the bottom of the hour.
There's no battle. There's no battle.
With our friend Philly.500.
What are you talking about? There's no battle.
Super chats. We're going to do that.
We got 2 more.
I'll say this to you here, too. I mean, end of the day here, Anthony, I mean, where has he improved in the passing game himself?
He hasn't.
11 wins. Sills sounds like there's 11-2 comments. I agree. I don't know why that's so much of an emphasis today.
What's the 11-2? I mean,
well, for Kellen Moore, you were giving Kellen a lot of credit for the 11-2.
Well, everyone gives Jalen credit for 44-19.
Defense
I mean, what? The coordinator gets no credit, but the quarterback gets all the credit. Got it.
Defense giving up 18 points a game. Anybody that thinks this team is an offensive
wait a minute. The quarterback gets the credit for 44-19. Nick said it this week that he wins at a great rate, but the coordinator gets no responsibility for that either, too. Nick said that.
Well, what coordinator are you giving more responsibility to, Vic or Kellen?
Kellen Moore is dealing the cards that are dealt with him, and the quarterback's not good.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think Brian Johnson did more with his cards.
Okay.
Lord's Grace, this is a complete reverse of last season. Your defense was last, and this year your offense is last. Just passing is last. Their offense is not last.
No.
Mac Main says Jalen is doing things now that he should have been doing in his first and second year. His growth is slow. He's in the special ed class of QBs. No offense. Oh, that's pretty scathing. I don't want to go there, but
that segment was one of my favorites.
Of course it was. You got to yell like an old Italian.
You see what he did? He threw old Italian in there.
I got that from Quinyon Mitchell, who called Darius Slightly about 40 times on the field the other day.
I saw that, man. And both them guys are going back and forth. But
You're an old man.
But that's friendly. Hey, man.
All right, I got to go. You got 500.
Hey, listen.
I'm not saying goodbye to you today. All right, I'm done with you for the day. In fact, I'm going to mute the rest of your hour and a half show.
Wait a minute.
If you need a break, if you need a super chat, Figure
Wait.
it out yourself.
Wait.
I'm muting this show today.
Oh, hey, watch this. Does this make you feel better? I'm sorry.
No, I don't need an apology.
See, hey, I'm Xander.
I want you to ask Philly.500 though if he thinks Kellen Moore sucks.
No,
as much
I'm
as
going
I
to.
do.
That'll be the first question out of the gate. Wait a minute, Xander. Honey, I'm sorry.
Oh, Selio, shut your trap.
Shut your
Moore
bitch
has wide
ass up.
receivers #1 in the league in separation. Yeah, and they're 48 yards down the field. Thank you, Matt.
All right, let's get to battle.
All right, I gotta go. See you, dude.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys please hit the like button.
Here we go.
Holy cow.
Here we go.
That was fireworks. I love that stuff, man. I really do. Great stuff by Xander Krause. Don't forget to check him out. Birds 365. Okay. So, did you see Michael Parsons walking off the field like that 49er linebacker last night?
Oh, that wasn't the same.
After Cincinnati
That wasn't the
took
same.
care of the Cowboy season.
Wasn't
And
the same.
I saw Mark Holmes. This guy was eating 2 ribeyes. This guy had 5 drumsticks.
I didn't eat
This
shit.
guy had 18. I've never seen a guy drink 18 beers,
I don't even
2
drink beer.
ribeyes,
He's
and
lying.
like 18 sliders from White Castle. This guy gunned them all.
There's no White
He was
Castle around
eating
here.
at such a frenzy after since he took care of them. And we'll say this, though, to Philly 500. Mark Holmes was right about one thing. I said it from day one, Kellen Moore would be the wrong hire. The Eagles had the 31st pass offense in pro football. Okay? And this week you had a couple girls crying, Hurts and AJ. Let's see here on what happens. Happy holidays to my good friends, Philly 500, and the legendary Dallas Cowboy creator of content, our friend, Mark. Mark, I ate 3 ribeyes and 14 sliders. Holmes. But tell you, Philly 500's right, man. When your football team starts blowing, man, White Castle gets a call, doesn't it, Mark?
There ain't no White Castle, man. Listen, White Castle and all those other ones, man, that shit's nasty. Okay? Last time I had White Castle was at the draft in Detroit. I ain't eating that shit. That shit's like eating ass.
Well, I don't know what's worse, White Castle or that Cowboy defense.
Actually, it wasn't so much the defense as it was the special teams. I mean, we had a
Let me
chance
tell
for
you
that one.
this. I got your ass on here for one thing. Okay, and I'm going to tell you. You
for
were
comic
right.
relief.
And before, wait, no. Philly 500's got to admit this now. Kellen Moore, like we said at the beginning, he has made Hurts a worse passer. And now you got A.J. Brown crying about it. Philly 500, Kellen Moore, man. I mean, right now, your opinion on where they are offensively, they're the 2nd worst passing team in the league right now. He's taken 35 sacks.
Damn.
Right now, get this, A.J. Brown is target per game, because I know he's missed games, but per game, he's 54th rated. No, he's 50 rated, and Smitty is 54th rated. Give me your takeaway on what you're seeing with this offense.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely, there's definitely a problem in the passing game. It's pretty disappointing. But I'll tell you, I'll be truthful, 100% honest. I don't know if it's Kellen Moore or not, because there's so many voices with this offense and who's doing what. I don't know who's doing what, who's calling what. I don't know who's scripting the game plans. We don't know. Everything is so muddled. I wonder more so if you just have so many different voices in this guy's ear at one time. So I don't know. I don't know how much it's Kellen Moore and how much it's Nick or how much it's Jalen himself. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's very upsetting to see the passing game, especially the last game and, over the course of the last month. But I think they're better than that. I think they can be better than that, and we'll see if they can get it together. But I don't know if it's Kellen Moore or not. I honestly don't know, because I don't know who's calling what anymore. I have no idea.
Mark, does this offense look anything like Kellen ran in Dallas with Dak?
Yeah, it with the exception of you actually are running the football more. But yeah, here's the thing that's funny. Is we thought that, Kellen Moore with Justin Herbert, that was just an aberration. That wasn't actually Kellen Moore's fault. Justin Herbert last year was 20 TDs, 7 interceptions, and a 93 rating. This year, he's got 14 TDs, 1 interceptions, a 98 rating. Clearly, something changed big time between Kellen Moore and getting rid of Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is not a great – he comes up with some great ideas, but it's not consistent. You can shake your head all you want, but the numbers are there. Your offense is not passing the ball well. Thank God you got Barkley.
Right, but Barkley, I mean, God forbid where did Barkley, giving him the ball all the time and coming up with that game plan? I remember you said Kellen Moore doesn't like to run the ball. He doesn't run the ball. Philly, you're not going to like him. He doesn't run the ball. All he does is run the ball.
That's all he does.
We run the ball
I was
great.
wrong.
What are you talking about?
Hey, no,
How about this?
I was
Wait a
wrong
minute,
on.
wait a minute.
Oh no, I'll admit it. I was wrong on
How
Barkley. I
about
didn't
this?
think he could
How
hold
about
up.
this? Philly first. Philly, how about this? Xander and I just got into an argument over this here, and you tell me. I personally think, and I agree with Mark, he was never going to improve on Jalen's inefficiencies because Jalen Hurts, as I've said from day one, I think he struggles on reading secondaries, and I think he struggles from the pocket. He does. The amount of here's a primary trend and analytic number here. So Josh Allen has dropped back 425 times this year, and he's been sacked 13 times. Hurts has dropped back 325 times, and he's been sacked 35 times. I mean, it's a pocket presence thing, and it's footwork. So I would say this to you. Don't you think Kellen did this at the bye? You know what? Let's take the ball out of the passing part of this. Let's hand the ball to Barkley, and let's ramp that up. You guys are running at a clip of 38. Didn't Kellen do what's best for the team and the huddle? By going with Barkley more than with Hurts? Isn't that what you should do as a coordinator?
Yeah, but didn't the offensive line guys like Lane Johnson go to the head coach and tell him to do that?
Yes.
So it's what they wanted. So, I'm not trying to say like Kellen Moore's this great offensive coordinator. I don't know how much of a good fit he is at the end of the day. I just don't. I just think everything is so muddled when it comes to Nick and the play calls and who's doing this, who's doing that. I don't know where the blame primarily